Taiwan vice president to stop in U.S. en route to Paraguay. China asks Philippines to work together on defusing tensions. Country garden poses new risk for China's economy. Italy stands ready to host cage fight between Musk and Zuckerberg. Russia launches lunar lander in race to find water on moon. Newly named U.S. Special Counsel says Hunter Biden could face trial. Ukraine reopens several Odessa beaches. U.S. and China agree to double weekly flights between countries.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Monday, August 14th, and here are your top stories. Taiwan Vice President William Lai left on Saturday for a sensitive trip to the United States. Lai, the frontrunner to become Taiwan's president next January, is officially making transit-only stops in the U.S. on his way to and from Paraguay for the swearing-in of its president. Taipei and Washington said such stopovers are routine and no cause for China to take provocative actions. Speaking to reporters at Taoyuan's main international airport at Taoyuan, Lai simply noted he was going to New York first.
Lai said he would use the Paraguay visit not only to deepen ties with that country, but also to engage in self-confident exchanges with other countries and meet with delegations of like-minded partners. Lai added this will let the international community understand that Taiwan is a country that adheres to democracy, freedom and human rights, and actively participates in international affairs. In addition, Lai said that these exchanges will also let the world know about our various efforts to maintain peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific.
Xinhua News Agency said that last Saturday, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi urged the Philippines to work with China to seek an effective way to defuse tensions in the South China Sea. Xinhua said the comments were made by Wang during a visit to Singapore and Malaysia, which took place last Thursday and Friday. Tensions between the two countries are rising over the location of a grounded warship that serves under an arbitration ruled by an international court as a military outpost for the Philippines in the South China Sea.
The Philippines won an international arbitration award in 2016 against China's claim over almost all of the South China Sea, after a tribunal ruled Beijing's sweeping claim had no legal basis, including at the Second Thomas Shoal. China does not recognize the ruling and has built militarized, man-made islands in the South China Sea, and its claim of historic sovereignty overlaps with the EEZs of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei and Indonesia.
China's County Garden Holdings Co., which had total liabilities of 1.4 trillion yuan at the end of last year, said it had underestimated the market downturn and is facing the biggest challenge since it was established in 1992. The property firm expects to post a net loss of up to 55 billion yuan for the first half of 2023, compared with earnings of about 1.91 billion yuan a year earlier. Bloomberg said that one of China's largest developers is wobbling and has less than 30 days to avoid a default on its bonds.
Country Garden Real Estate Group said it will suspend trading in nearly a dozen onshore bonds starting Monday, 2 days after the Chinese real estate company's controlling shareholder said it would report a multi-billion-dollar loss for the first half of this year. According to bondholders who requested anonymity, the latest crisis came after bondholders of $2 notes issued by Country Garden, helmed by one of China's richest women Yang Weiyan, failed to receive coupon payments that were due August 7th.
Tesla boss Elon Musk said on Friday his planned cage fight with billionaire rival Mark Zuckerberg will be held at an epic location with an ancient Rome theme, as Italy indicated it was ready to stage the scrap. Italy's Culture Minister Gennaro Sangiuliano said that any event would respect and safeguard Italy's heritage sites, and it will not take place in Rome. Italy's Corriere della Sera newspaper suggested that if the fight happened, it might be staged in Pompeii, near Naples.
In a post on X, the Tesla CEO said, "Everything in the camera frame will be ancient Rome, so nothing modern at all. I spoke to the PM of Italy and the Minister of Culture. They have agreed on an epic location." At one point, Musk said Rome's ancient Colosseum would host the fight, but Italy ruled that out. Musk and Zuckerberg have been egging each other into a mixed martial arts (MMA) cage match since June. San Giuliano did not specify what the event would be, saying only that it would not take place in Rome.
Russia launched its first moon landing spacecraft in 47 years last Friday in a bid to be the first nation to make a soft landing on the lunar South Pole, a region believed to hold coveted pockets of water ice. At 2:11 a.m. on Friday, local time, a Soyuz 2.1 rocket carrying the Luna 25 craft blasted off from the Vostochny Cosmodrome, which is 5,550 kilometers from Moscow. Russia's space chief Yuri Borisov told state television the lander is expected to touch down on the moon on August 21st.
The Russian lunar mission, the first since 1976, is racing against India, which launched its Chandrayaan-3 lunar lander last month, and more broadly with the United States and China, both of which have advanced lunar exploration programs targeting the lunar South Pole. No country has made a soft landing on the South Pole. The European Space Agency had planned to test its Pilot D navigation camera by attaching it to Luna 25, but severed its ties to the project after Russia invaded Ukraine.
Shortly after being promoted to U.S. Special Counsel on Friday, David Weiss said that President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, may be headed for a criminal trial. A potential trial raises the possibility of an unprecedented spectacle in U.S. history. The son of a sitting president facing criminal charges while his father campaigns for re-election, likely against Republican Donald Trump, who faces at least 3 upcoming criminal trials of his own. The courtroom drama could play a significant role in the 2024 presidential election.
In the investigation of President Biden's son, Hunter, Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Hunter Biden in July pleaded not guilty to charges of failing to pay taxes on more than $1.5 million in income in 2017 and 2018 despite owing more than $100,000. He did not enter a plea in a separate case where he is charged with unlawfully owning a firearm while using illegal drugs, which is a felony. Republicans in the House of Representatives are also threatening an impeachment inquiry into unproven claims that President Biden benefited from his 54-year-old son's business ventures.
Several beaches in Ukraine's Black Sea city of Odessa have officially opened for swimming last Saturday for the first time since the start of the Russian invasion, although local officials said bathing is banned during air raid alerts. Odessa Governor Oleg Kipper said on Telegram that the decision to open the beaches was made jointly by the city's civilian and military administrations. He said the beaches would be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Ukraine's Black Sea city of Odessa has reopened some of its beaches for the first time since...
For people interested in swimming and sunbathing, the opening of the beaches has been a welcome respite from the war. A lifeguard and a former diver, Alexander, who gave only his first name, said that an anti-mine net was placed in between 2 piers to prevent swimmers encountering shallow water mines. He said, the net will stop them, and they, mines, will also be visible from the shore under such weather conditions. Emergency workers will be notified, they will come to handle it.
The Biden administration said last Friday that the U.S. and China will approve twice the number of passenger flights currently permitted for air carriers to fly between the 2 countries. The U.S. Transportation Department said it would increase the number of Chinese passenger flights allowed to fly to the U.S. to 18 weekly round trips on September 1st, and increase that to 24 per week starting October 29th, up from the current 12. It said the Chinese government will agree to the same increase for American carriers.
Labor and fuel costs mean U.S. airlines may not be as profitable as 2016.
U.S. DOT said the first tranche of flights was approved to start September 1st, to meet an anticipated increase in demand around the start of the academic year. U.S. DOT added after Secretary of State Antony Blinken's June trip to China, consistent engagement by US DOT and the State Department with Chinese officials made this important step forward possible. Air China said in a filing with US DOT last Thursday that it was seeking permission to add a new weekly flight between Beijing and Los Angeles.
Now let's delve into the news of Italy standing ready to host cage fight between Musk and Zuckerberg. Number 1, scrap, 打架争吵. He was always getting into scraps at school. Number 2, safeguard, 保护保障捍卫. The new card will safeguard the company against fraud. Number 3, heritage, 遗产，指国家或社会长期形成的社会历史传统和特色. The building is part of our national heritage. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I will see you next time.